This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. During tax season, your personal info travels to a lot of places. Between payroll, your tax consultant, and the IRS. If your W-2 gets exposed, that's just the ticket for identity thieves. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't let identity thieves take you for a ride. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Tuesday, March 4th, 2025. Today is Fat Tuesday. So, laissez-les bon temps roulé one more time in the home of America's family Mardi Gras. And we'll see if the comic cowboys can stretch the family part of that today. On this show today, we have a big boat, fire and smoke, and more. I'm Mike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama. The SS United States has arrived in Mobile, finally, reports AL.com's John Sharp. Now, that's the ocean liner that's been aging in Philadelphia since the 1990s. During its prime in the 1950s and 60s, it was the largest ocean liner constructed entirely in the U.S. and was the fastest across the Atlantic Ocean. It carried 4 American presidents in its day, and stars such as Marilyn Monroe, Bob Hope, and John Wayne. Duke, by the way, was more of a boat guy than a horse guy, so he probably got a kick out of that. Okaloosa County, Florida, has bought the ship and is paying to have it towed to Mobile and later sank as an artificial reef about 20 miles into the Gulf of Mexico from Destin. But for about the next 6 months, the boat will be part of the Mobile skyline. It'll sit at Modern American Recycling and Repair Services while it's being prepared for sinking. The prep work includes cutting holes in the ship so that when it sinks, it'll sit upright. Well, if you smell smoke, you're not the only one. AL.com's Ramsey Archibald reports that 162 fires were burning across Alabama this past weekend. The fires involved 54 of our 67 states and around 4,600 acres. Randolph had the most wildfires among counties with 10. Tonight, many areas should see some relief in the form of rain and storms. Well, Troy University's Board of Trustees has voted to close the school's Phoenix City campus after about a half-century's presence in the area, reports AL.com's Walisha Morris. Now, there is a trend at play that extends beyond the state and Troy's many satellite campuses. With online courses and remote options, fewer students are planning it in those real-life plastic classroom seats on campuses. According to the 2022 Hechinger report, 861 U.S. college campuses had closed since 2004. And a bill is being revised in the state legislature that would set up a shark alert system along the Gulf Coast, reports AL.com's John Sharp. This measure is inspired by the violent shark attack that critically injured Mountain Brook teenager Lulu Gribben. It was introduced by State Representative David Faulkner, a Mountain Brook Republican. U.S. Senator Katie Britt is leading a similar effort on the federal level. Now, a complication here involves something that we've said before. If you're in the Gulf, you're not in a shark-free environment. Now, how can you avoid having an alarm always going off and serving mostly to just scare the tourists? Gulf Shore's Fire Rescue Chief of Staff Melvin Shepard said you can often spot dozens of sharks while flying down the beach in a helicopter. So, what would trigger an alarm? Well, the first version of the bill called for an alert to be activated when there was a report of a shark being spotted close to shoreline and believed to be an imminent danger to people. Faulkner is now working with the Alabama Department of Conservation and Natural Resources on a revised version that could be released in a couple of weeks. Localized cell phone alerts, such as you get for Amber Alerts and beach flag system updates, are on the table. According to stats kept by the Florida Museum of Natural History, there have been 10 confirmed shark attacks on the Alabama coast over the past 187 years. Thank you all so much for listening to us. We're going to be back here in the morning. Until then, come by and see us anytime you want to on the internet at al.com.